What's up, y'all? It's Ty. In this video today, we're going to be going over talking about the new super packs out of NBA 2K25 MyTEAM today, and just kind of a breakdown on where we are at with the auction house, with, you know, the grinds, with everybody having basically, I don't want to say unlimited MT, but a lot of MT, and just kind of where we ultimately are at. Now, as we do dive into those things today, if you are new to the channel and have not yet, make sure you guys do smash that subscribe button. I appreciate the support, as always, on the channel. You guys are absolutely amazing. So today, what's new in game, right? New super packs. Do I recommend opening them up? No, but I never really recommend opening up super packs at all. Okay, it's just kind of what I do. Obviously, here you do get a 100 overall guaranteed box topper. Odds of these packs, I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and hate on them, but it's they're better than Friday's odds, barely. But the odds of pulling 100 plus or 99 plus are the exact same. Am I, stoked about them? No. It is what it is, right? It's more packs added into the game. How will this affect the market? Well, I don't know, right? It's kind of a tough situation right now. All things considered, the market is, in my opinion, not going to be a whole ton affected by today's super packs, just because, again, we've seen so many super packs throughout the season. We've seen so many, new content drops. I do think, however, the market has came down with our drop last Friday. Let's talk about it, right? Because the drop last Friday was insane. We saw Yao, we saw 100 overall Wemby, we saw a bunch of ridiculous cards. I think right now in my team, that's why the game is now affordable, because Greg Oden is a stud and you don't have to spend a crazy amount on him, right? And he's nearly as good as 100 overall Shaq. So Shaq's price obviously is going to go down. You look at the price of some of these Invincibles. Yeah, they're still expensive, but their prices have come down. It's all supply and demand, and it's the fact that, guess what? A guy like Galaxy Opal, Pervis Ellison, can go out there and compete with the top dogs. We saw Kenyon Martin, who I love at that small forward position. Another guy you could add to the squad. Bob Lanier is another great option for you guys. And so we saw Dikembe Mutombo, who you guys can get in the event. So overall, since the last time I have made, a market video, the auction house is way down. Dikembe went from maybe 800, 900,000 MT to now what? This one's priced up because he has 32 Hall of Famers. But realistically, you're going to be able to get one for like 300,000 MT. These are the types of things that we are seeing right now in the game, which is why I'm a believer no matter where you're at on the game, no matter if you have a ton of MT, no matter if you have a little bit of MT, it is a great time to, it's a great time to be a buyer right now in the game. Now, obviously, for some of the new cards, it's still, I don't mind Kwame, Danny Manning, Kazia, Greg Oden, I don't mind any of them for their prices. But even, a guy like Giannis, a guy like 100 overall Braun, their prices have came down a ton. Now, I don't think they're worth their price, right? But their prices have came down a ton. And with today's super packs, they should continue to go down. We can see, since super packs came out, it doesn't look like anybody's pulled LeBron. But their prices should continue to go down. But there's a long list of different guys that you guys can pick up today that can help your squad out. But for me, when you're looking at building your squad, start your squad with guys that are unsellable, right? So you've gotten a ton of, 100 overall locker codes. If any of them are usable, plug and play them. You might have an unsellable Dikembe Mutombo, right? From the event, plug and play him. Same thing with Kenyon Martin. Same thing if you got Cedric Maxwell. Same thing, I'm still using Tim Duncan. I pulled Greg Oden out of a pack. I'm using him because he is unsellable. I pulled him out of an unsellable pack. I'm using, or I guess King of the Court card. I'm using him, right? And that's what I would recommend you guys doing, is going through, if any of these cards can make your squad, like Bob Lanier, even a guy, even a guy, let's say like Pink Diamond Austin Carr, who I think is a beast for budget guys. They are great plug and play options. And then guess what? Yeah, these cards are expensive, but you can save up or downgrade your event cards like I've been doing for the last however long and continue to make that MT to make things work. People ask me all the time and make fun of me all the time. Ty, you don't need any more MT. What are you doing? At the end of the day, here's my thoughts on it. Can you ever have too much MT? Right, my squad is good, not great, but at the end of the day, I don't think you can ever have too much MT. And for other people that say that, Yeah, you say that until I go get invincible Giannis and invincible, Wemby, and then I'm going to have no MT. So those are the things that I always keep in the back of my mind. No matter how much MT you have, you never want to just spend it all. You want to use the cards that are usable, that are unsellable, and then fill out your roster alongside them. And I think today is a great day to do that. A lot of times heading into the new season, we see the auction house increase in price. Now, I think this season, or heading into next season, it's a little bit weird because, again, we don't know the exact content we are going to get, right? We're heading into July, and that's when things normally get crazy. But just know people are going to have MT on deck because people have 7 days to use all of their event cards. After that, you are not going to be able to exchange for MT. You're not going to be able to use these event cards. So people have 7 days to do that. So they're going to be exchanging all these, cards for MT, trying to make as much MT as possible or using them on something else. And then that leads me to believe the auction house is going to go up as a result of that. Now, could I be wrong? Yes. But for me, I'm probably going to spend a lot of my MT here this, whether it's today, whether it's tomorrow, here in the near future. Because honestly, again, people say all the time, Ty, there's no reason to have a bunch of MT. We're almost, it is almost endgame. And they're right. And that combined with the fact that the auction house isn't super expensive, in my opinion, right now, is a great opportunity for you guys to pick some cards up. Even, like I said, the Danny Manning card is incredible. The Greg Oden card is incredible. Cassie Russell is incredible. A lot of the cards from the most recent drop are insanely good. Joe Smith, Elton Brand, like even the Galaxy Opus, Pervis Ellison. The list goes on and on. And so you could really build a team just strictly off of the NBA draft set and be in a really, really solid position. So that's kind of where I'm at. You guys can obviously, I'm excited because last week was a big time drop in the game. And obviously heading into season 8, who knows? We'll probably, I'm trying to think, well, we'll probably get an invincible level 40, maybe, right? Like I'm trying to think, well, we saw an invincible. We might get a GOAT level 40 card. Like, as I'm thinking about it, people are, the next season's going to go into August. We're going to get a GOAT level 40 card. We're going to start seeing GOATs handed out left and right. So I do expect the auction house to probably continue to go down, but that doesn't stop the fact that I think today is still a good day to buy cards, because even if you look at the most recent drop, right? GOAT cards are insanely expensive, right? Yao, Oscar's not that good, but they're insanely expensive. The Invincibles are insanely expensive. And I think those cards eventually down the road are going to slightly crash. But I like today as far as a day to build your squad. Now, I'm not saying spend all your MT. Like, building my squad for me might just be spending, 2-3 million MT. Maybe picking up like an Invincible Giannis, something like that. But I do think today is a solid day to try to fill out some spots in your squad, in your rotation. Now, if you're fine, if you're comfortable running some of your unsellables, then I wouldn't worry too much about it. Like, again, even for myself, I'm comfortable running a lot of, the unsellables I have, like a Cassie Russell. I like Cassie. I'm fine running him. Larry Bird, same thing there. Like, I'm not in need of spending a bunch of MT in certain areas on my squad. But if you want to and want to upgrade your squad, I am telling you, I don't think it is a bad day to do that. We also, if you have been grinding the NBA playoffs, are going to get an invincible card from that as well. So if you have been grinding that, that's another way for you to go about things. Remember, this is the last week for season, what are we in? Season 7 of my team. So grind what you want to grind. Get done what you want to get done. If you have anything else like that you're close to getting done, I'd recommend getting it done. So that's kind of, again, something I do want to hit on as we do dive into this thing a little bit. No, super packs aren't crashing the market specifically today. I'd be lying to say there's a ton of people opening up super packs because that's simply not the case. But with Friday's drop, with season 8 upcoming, I do think today is a solid day to buy cards. I do. And maybe I could be wrong on that, but I do think today is going to be a really solid day to pick up some specific cards for your squad. Like, again, for myself, I'm looking at Giannis, I'm looking at Wemby, those types of guys that are going to really level up my squad in a big time way. Now, I'm not going to spend a ridiculous amount of MT on a card. So, if you want me to pick up Yao for 12 million MT, that's certainly not going to happen. But at the end of the day, I'm willing to spend a little MT to help my squad out. If I were in your guys' shoes, I would be looking to do the exact same thing. So that's where I'm at. Auction house is in a favorable position for you guys. I do need a backup point guard as well, and I've been trying to figure out exactly who I want to pick up. Maybe it's Clay, maybe, it's LaMelo, maybe it's somebody like that. Just, again, to help my squad out that little bit. But let me know your thoughts. right now where the auction house is. I do think it is a fine time to buy. I'm just worried with the events all ending here in the next week or so that the auction house could possibly increase and go up. Now, I'm not saying it's for sure going to happen, but it is something that is definitely on my radar with everybody. You know what? Whether they're grinding things out, whether they just have these gold event cards and then, you know, they're going to exchange them for diamonds and then they're going to have a ton of MT to work with. I don't know. But I'm kind of worried about it. So let me know your thoughts. Drop a like on the video, guys. Subscribe if you are new, and as always, man, I love you guys. Have a blessed day.